Hello everybody, welcome to class with Caitlin. Today we're going to be going over the cardiovascular system. I have a little heart model here that's really helpful for me, so I hope it's helpful for you. If you want to get one, they're on Amazon. It's like $10. It's really not that bad. So, mine also can open, so you can see everything that's on the inside. You don't necessarily need to get one. It's helpful. I recommend it. So we're going to start with the major surfaces. We're not going to go over the veins or the arteries right now. We will get to it, but it's more complicated in my opinion, so we're going to start with everything else. Mine is a little bit different. I have a picture of a different one. Oh, maybe? They're similar, but mine's a little bit different, and you'll see how. So first we're going to start off with the aorta. It's the biggest piece on here. You can't miss it. I don't have a specific way for you to remember that it's the aorta, except for that it's the biggest. And it's red. That's all I got. And then, also, this is the anterior side. This is posterior. The back, the front. When it's anterior, when you're facing your heart, the sides are going to be opposite. So you would think, oh, this is the left side. Wrong. This is the right side. So this would be like right pulmonary veins. And then it'd be left pulmonary. It's opposite. It's weird, but once you get it into your head, it's easier to remember. But we're going to stick with the anterior side today. If we get to the posterior side, we'll get to it. I don't know if I'll have time. We'll see. So yes, we already did the aorta. It's the biggest part on here. I feel like when I look directly at it, it's just boom, right in my face. It's the aorta. Like, you already have it down. All right, next, we're going to go to the superior vena cava. So you have superior, and you're probably wondering, where's the inferior? Take your model, turn it. It's right here. You can even hold it like that. And I only have 2 fingers on it. My thumb and my middle. And you're holding the superior and inferior vena cava. I feel like that one's pretty self-explanatory to remember. I don't really feel like there's any way to stick it into your brain. I usually say SVC and IVC. It's just a shorter version to say it. That's really all it is. And then from the superior vena cava, connecting, so mine's a little different. So as you can see on the picture, if it will focus, I don't think it will. It's kind of hard to see right there. So that right there is your right pulmonary artery. So you have that one right there. On my model, it's very, very small. It doesn't even stick out. But that would be your right pulmonary artery. As you can see, it's on your right side, even though it looks like it's on your left side. Very, very confusing. Welcome to anatomy. Say you love it. Now, there is different sections to the aorta. So technically speaking, down here, this would be your ascending aorta on the bottom. And then up here at the top, by your left common carotid artery, this is going to be your aortic arch. The easy way to remember that is it arches on the aorta. Aortic arch. That's the easiest way. We're almost through most of the surfaces, so we will probably get to, hopefully, the veins and arteries, and then hopefully we could get to the back. And if we have time, we could go to the inside. That part is a little bit more, makes you want to pull out your hair, but if other people can get through it, we can get through it. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy is what I like to say. All right. For me, the heart was the easiest organ to learn in my entire body. The easiest. I don't know what it is about the heart. It's just so easy for me to memorize everything. So, I don't even know. The muscles, I'm still struggling. But the heart, I got it down. You can too. All right, moving on. You're going to have the pulmonary veins. This is the right. Oh, wait, you can't see. Oh, right, pulmonary veins. See, usually they're sticking out on my picture. Mine don't stick out, but they're here. They're blue. Wait, no. They're red. Sorry. They're red. And then next we'll have the right atrium. It's going to be this section right here. It's the part that you can just pull off. Oh, maybe. Comes off. And the nice thing about this model is everything's labeled with numbers. Mine actually came with a little paper too, so it tells you what each number is, like what the surface is. Next up, we're going to keep going down on the right side. So that's an artery, vein. We could do the right ventricle. I don't know if you guys can tell. I'm pretty sure you can. There's this whole section that's like shaded in. That's how I remember that those are your ventricles. So you have your right ventricle, and then your left ventricle is going to be all the way up here. That's like the easiest way to remember is because it's the shaded part. It just sticks in my brain. And then we're going to skip over the veins and the arteries. On the bottom, you're going to have your apex. It's like the little point. When you go like this, oh, you meet at the apex. I'm sure you all took math. You know what an apex is. That's how I remember. Now let's go to the left side. So you also are going to have your left common carotid artery. It's right here. And then, here. And then this one is your left subclavian artery. I know I said we weren't going to do arteries, but since it's like at the very, very top, it's kind of self-explanatory. We already went over the aortic arch. And then we have the left pulmonary artery, which is right here. Once again, mine does not stick out. Sometimes I wish it did to match the picture, but what can we do, you know? Then we have the left pulmonary veins. They're here. You can hold both of the veins on each side. I don't know if you can see. I have this one and this one. So you have your left pulmonary veins. Then you have your left atrium, which also comes off. So you have your left and your right. Moving on, you have the auricle. That is also a part of the left atrium, but it's on the very bottom, right here. Next up, we're going to move into I already showed you guys the left ventricle and the right ventricle. It's the shaded area. Now we're going to move on to doing the artery and veins. The easiest one for me to remember was the great cardiac vein. It was just like, I saw it, it stuck in my head. It's very just self-explanatory in my opinion. So hopefully this is helpful. If you look at your heart, your veins are going to be blue. If you're wondering, how am I going to know if it's the red or blue on the picture? Look at your veins. You can't really see mine. Your veins are blue because they don't have oxygen touching the blood right now. So they're blue. So on your heart, the veins are going to be blue. So your great cardiac vein is going to be this very large one right here. Goes all the way up. It's just the easiest one for me to remember because it's like smack dab in the middle of the heart. Next, we're going to go to the anterior interventricular artery. So you have your great cardiac vein. You see the one to the, I guess this would be your left, I think. That is going to be your anterior interventricular artery, right next to each other. Those two are they're like this, connected at the hip. It's the easiest two to remember. We're going to go back to the right side, which is this side. See, I almost got it confused. So we're going to have the right coronary artery, which is this big one right here. It's kind of hard to see because it almost looks like a seam, but it's all right here. The way I remember it is that it goes right along the right atrium. So it's just right there. Next, you're going to have your anterior cardiac vein. This is a little bit more tricky to find. I'm pretty sure it's about right here, this blue one. I think it's just a little more tricky because it's not as big. Like, as you can see in size comparison of this vein and this vein, there's a big difference there. Alrighty, and then we only have 2 more. We're going to have the marginal artery, which is going to be, where'd it go? Right here. It's kind of hard to tell with the shading, but it still goes along here. So you have that one, and then right next to it, you're going to have your small cardiac vein, which is this one, the blue. So the way I remember it is that these 2 right here are connected, and these 2 right here are connected. It's the easiest way. So I think we have a little bit of time so we can go over the inside of the heart. So this is also going to be looking at it anterior. Yes, we're still looking at it anterior. Alrighty. Same thing. This is your right side. This is your left side. Still confusing. Don't ask me, ask science. I don't know what to tell you. If you're looking at it this way, like it's facing you, like you're about to give it a kiss. If you look right in, it's kind of hard to see it. So you have your atrium. This whole opening is here. If you go right here in the middle, I don't know if you can see, you have this little white patch here. Those are going to be your pulmonary semilunar valves. Right here. I don't really have a specific way to remember it. It's just smack dab in the middle. That's all I really got. And then right here, this is your mitral bicuspid valve on the very top. In mine, you can move it too. Almost like you're breathing. It opens up. It's kind of hard to tell. You can see it better on this one, but it opens if you push on it. Which I find very interesting because it's almost like your heart is beating. So that's pretty cool. Overall, the heart is probably the easiest for me to remember. I hope it's the same for you. If you have any questions, ask me. If I had more time, I'd go over something else. The only other thing that's super easy for me is the major surface landmarks, especially the ones on the face. They're very simple. Glabella in between your eyebrows, bridge of nose in between your eyes. Then you have the, oh my goodness, I want to say midline, but that's what it's supposed to be. Ala of nose is this little side area. I just think of it like ala of nose is when like you plug your nose and then you sound like this. Ala of nose. That's just how I remember it. I don't know what it is. You have your philtrum. It's like that little dip. You can push it up. And then you go have your ear. When you go to your ear, you have the auricle of the ear, which is the whole outside. Your helix. I only remember the helix and the tragus because it's a type of piercing. That's the only way I can remember. I don't know why. But your helix is going to be here. It's a flap of cartilage. Same with your tragus. It's the part, the way I remember the tragus the most is it's the part that you can push to cover your ear. And then you can't hear. That's how I remember it. And then obviously you have your earlobe. I can't squeeze mine at the moment because I have my earrings in. But you have your earlobe. I call them flower petals. It's from a movie. It's called Blended. I think you guys should watch it. After this class is over, study first. All of the major surface landmarks are pretty self-explanatory, and same with the heart. If you need help, ask me, ask Mr. Kim, ask your peers, ask a tutor, whoever can help you. Thank you for watching.